Joining me now are two of our stellar police officers, Dr. Kiran Bedi, former IPS officer, someone who's worked with prisons very effectively, M.N. Singh, former police commissioner of Mumbai, joins me. To you, Dr. Bedi, first. When you see this story, is there a sense of deja vu that this seems to happen again and again, that high-profile prisoners get away with preferential treatment?
Yes, Rajdeep, money pays. In prisons, money does pay. And it also varies from the kind of persons who are on duty. And they all have that buying or purchasing power. So I think, and we must know that imprisonment for the well-being and comfortable is very punishing, very punishing. And therefore they would probably do anything to buy comfort, even for a clean sheet, even for a washroom, even for water, even for clean food. Because imprisonment is very punishing for those who are comfortable outside. So therefore, it's all the power of money, and it all varies on who is on duty at that time. And that one warder, that one young officer, lower rank, can be bought over.
No, but is it that's my question, ma'am. Is it the lower rank officers or the escort officers who are being bought over, or could this simply be instructions from the top? Let's be honest, the VVIP prisoners have links that stretch right to the top. Why blame the escort officer who's probably only working on orders?
It's situational. I would not say that only inquiry will tell where did it stop. But it's situational. Somewhere the seniors are not involved and somewhere they are. So it also varies which senior, which level. There are so many supervisory levels.
No, the point therefore, M.N. Singh, as Kiran Bedi is saying, that look, there is something within the system that is allowing the Wadhawan brothers, and the Maharashtra government is now acting, saying we will either transfer officers out. Do you believe that this is as innocent as that the system would not know that these individuals would get the benefit? Do you fear that the fact is that right down the line, if I'm a VVIP prisoner, there's someone out there who's like a godfather to me who will help me out?
Well, Rajdeep, I don't know, first of all, whether Wadhawans are convicts or they are under trial prisoners.
They're under trial at this stage, sir.
Okay, if they are under trials, and if my memory serves right, I used to be IG Prisons of Maharashtra State in 91-92, when the killers of General Arun Kumar Vaidya, the 6 terrorists, were hanged in my presence. Now, if they are under trial prisoners, if my memory serves right, the prisoners are allowed home food. But all other benefits like having telephones and laptop and so many other benefits that they
traveling in private cars, that's not allowed?
No, that's not allowed. I'm only talking about the food. For under trial prisoners only. None of the other facilities that you're pointing out is allowed. But it goes on. And it goes on in a very rampant manner. Now, let me tell you about this particular gentleman, if I call him a gentleman, this Wadhawan. We know his political links. He's a very influential person. He's a very rich person. There are many politicians in his pocket. I can be very blunt. I don't want to name, but I know for sure that there are many politicians who are in his pocket. Now, for such a person, get all the benefits inside the jail is not difficult. One thing, he has the capability, he has the capacity to bribe the jail officials, but then he is far more powerful to get all the facilities inside the jail. I don't know. It's a matter of inquiry, but I know for sure that he's a very influential person. That is how he is so rich. So you can't blame simply the poor these jail officers. I know there is corruption inside the jail. I myself faced a threat. I was almost going to be killed when this General Arun Kumar Vaidya's assassins, Harjinder Singh Jinda and Sukhwinder Singh Sukha, were to be hanged. They had got a weapon inside the jail, a loaded pistol from Punjab. And we were just lucky that we got this information in time and a tragedy was averted. But it happens. And I know how he got the weapon from Punjab. It is a fact. It's a fact that there is rampant corruption, and the high-profile rich prisoners are able to get all benefits.
Let me just stop you for a moment. One of those benefits, because this is a consistent theme, Dr. Bedi, is that they are able to leave prisons for hospitals under the pretext of a medical checkup. In this case, that led to the Wadhawans being seen enjoying meals, beverages, engaging in conversations, using laptops, mobile phones, signing business documents. Now, Surely there needs to be oversight. When you allow someone for a medical checkup and then that is used for that person to violate prison rules, where does the buck stop?
You cannot take chances with medical checks. You cannot take chance, but that's abused. But that's a referral.
No, so where does the buck stop there?
It's now the decision of the medical doctor of the hospital who is referring, and he can always say he did it rightly. So, but whether he did it rightly or he did it for a purpose, you do not know. So that's a personal decision he takes. That's a discretion he enjoys to refer or not to refer. If he refers, he can be suspect. If he doesn't refer and something goes wrong, then court holds him up. And so the medical doctor also is in a quandary. So medical is a very sensitive issue. And prison hospitals are very ill-equipped by and large, very ill-equipped. So therefore, and that's the only way they can buy comfort is rush to a hospital or a nursing home.
The fact is, and this is what I want to bring out to our viewers, we had a case a couple of years ago of a TADA detainee, Stan Swami. He was then 84. He was visibly suffering. It was COVID times. He was denied a straw sipper. And the NIA opposed, reportedly, the NIA later on tried to sort of wriggle out of it, but he was opposed a straw sipper in jail. Here you've got individuals who are getting benefits that her father Stan Swami could have never got. Again, it comes back to it, MN Singh. Does there need to be proper oversight in some way that will ensure this doesn't happen? That there is someone out there watching so that even the prison officers, even if there is corruption there, can have a sense of fear?
Let me tell you, Rajdeep, I think this man Wadhawan was in Taloja Jail.
That's right.
Right? He was in Taloja Central Jail.
That's right.
Now there are CCTV cameras there. There are all kinds of things are there, and therefore it is not difficult to detect these things. Question is whether you are willing to take action. It's only because of your expose that there is so much of talk, and probably there is an inquiry has been ordered. Otherwise, it has been going on for a long time. It is not that this was not known to the people. Such things cannot remain secret.
So who would have known? Would people within the police hierarchy have known in your view? Or would it have been the political hierarchy or the lower level in the prison authorities themselves?
Well, the prison authorities definitely know about it. And
there's a senior IPS officer in charge.
Yes, nowadays there is a senior IPS officer, but he is not sitting in the jail all the time. But he has to devise methods to go and point out these things, check these things, particularly when there are such people inside the jail. My point is that it is not something very secret, that these things go on secretly, and there are systems in place now in the jails. It's not like the time when I was the IG prisons or Kiran Bedi was IG prisons. It is nowadays you have all the systems, technology there to detect these things. IG prison sitting in his office can know what is happening in the central jails. Question is, if you know it and yet you do not take action, then there is a problem. And why you do not take action? Because there is a very important VIP person sitting in the jail, and he is able to manage because of his influence and because of his money. Question is, are you willing to take action?
Are you willing? You're saying willing to take action. If there was one change, Kiran Bedi, that you would suggest in the existing system, what would it be?
Something which we did in Tihar, and it was called a feedback system. We had a feedback box where even if the IG is not every day in the prison, we had a system of feedback box which was a locked box, and prisoners could write to the Inspector General directly, and that those letters came to the office of the Inspector General directly, and we were reading it. All this information used to come in the locked feedback box, and that is where it worked. See, you can't give them electronic watch is different, but what prisoners know for themselves, how do they tell you? Because the IG can't be listening to them. So we used to have something in Tihar called the feedback box. And this feedback box brought in information every day. And even of any wrong privileges being given. Right. Information was so known then that we could take preemptive action. So something like feedback box system, which we practiced in Tihar most successfully, I think can be practiced.
But for that, you will need officers of integrity in these critical positions. Whatever else you do, that is the critical question. If you have officers of integrity who will say no at times to anyone trying to use their influence, that might be the way to clean up the system. Hopefully, the Maharashtra government will wake up based on what we've shown here today. MN Singh, Dr. Kiran Bedi, always a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you so much.